Hey, what's up everyone? Today there's a commercial Toro, which I've worked on before. I had an oil leak and brought it back because while the oil problem is no longer a problem, he went to go turn it on and he said he heard something or felt something, even I don't remember exactly what he said. But either way, something seemed a little odd, and now the blade will not move. Or if it does, it moves very, very little. Kind of like it's just the engine's running and the vibration of the engine going through the frame is just causing a little bit of movement. It's not actually turning. So there's that. Now, I am going to not go around the subject of I've already taken this apart and I already know the problem. There's basically, I consider two main problems. There's probably half a dozen or so, but the two main problems that I usually see, the first one being the most common, is a broken belt, and the second one being some type of malfunction on the clutch, whether it be the tension mechanism. It could be as simple as the cable. Sometimes the cable slips and, whatever. This one, however, is this problem. I took the belt, or I took the cover off, and the belt is, no longer a belt. It's just a long piece of rubber. But while I am going to show you how to replace it, it's not that hard. Wanted to go over something about this belt. Toro obviously makes a replacement for this belt. I called every single small engine shop within at least a 2-hour drive of me that I can find, and none of them were able to find it. It's a Toro belt 110-1790. One of them I use quite frequently, and they actually offered to contact the manufacturer because they have been waiting on, I think they said 25 or so, and they ordered them back in October. I don't know when this is being uploaded, but it's roughly the end of January right now. So that's about 4 months. So they called to see if they can get an update for both themselves and myself. So it's not exactly a great thing for only me. So they're going to be helped out a little. Manufacturer, which I'm assuming they mean Toro, wasn't able to give them an ETA, but they did say they were able to kind of banter with them a little bit, and they were basically said, don't expect it before the end of summer. It's a well-known issue with this belt. They've had many issues with them before, even before COVID. Apparently this belt is just very difficult to come by. I'm not really sure why. Sten's, however, does carry a belt, which I happen to have right here. It is a Sten's number 265-267. So if you are having a problem and locating a belt, this is a very good alternative. It's really not all that more expensive, even though it says it's a direct replacement. It seems to be a little bit thicker though, but that could just be the fact that it's worn. I don't know. But it says it is a direct replacement for that belt. And when kind of putting it all together, it appears to be roughly the same length. And a belt is one of those things you don't want to be off. So, yeah. Here's my problem, though. If you notice, let's look at the old one, it might be easier. They have these teeth or grooves in them. That is both a good and bad thing. It's good because we'll take a look at it. The mechanism underneath there to kind of engage the blades. So you put tension on the belt, and then that belt has to go around a very sharp pulley. If you were to just put a straight normal V-belt on there, it can cause a little bit of a problem. Like they can wear very prematurely. So they put these in there because when you bunch them up, it can make a very tight turn very, very quickly and very, very easily. That's the main reason why they have those in there. The problem is that when they get old or even semi-used, that all those little ridges are just potential failure points. I mean, as you can tell, I mean, if this wasn't going to fail with where it did, it was definitely going to start right here, or right here, or right here, pretty much anywhere. So it's kind of a catch. Like, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to just try with a new belt, different style belt, get a direct OEM replacement, get a direct everything, whatever you need to do? It's kind of a game you have to play. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say don't buy this mower because of this reason. Let's put it this way. This is the second belt on just this machine this has happened to, and I probably have a handful of other machines just like this that have this exact same problem, and I'm not going to lie. When I ordered this belt, I ordered 10 of them. Hopefully it's the right one. Otherwise I have to send 10 belts back. But it's because of that reason I will be replacing at least 4 or 5 this year. So first things first, I've already done this when I originally looked at the belt. Clean the area around there. It's just going to be a giant pain if you don't. So clean it. It doesn't have to be spotless like this. It obviously isn't, but it's just enough so you're not getting globs of grass everywhere. So first thing, clean it. Odd thing is, I think he might have been trying to fix this because, well, of course it is really clean right here. I'm not really sure why that is significantly a different color than the other ones. Also, because I was in here before, these are not very tight. In fact, yeah, I didn't even sink them down with the drill or the impact. So with anything like this, I like to take it off in order and then place it in order on the floor, table, bench, wherever. That way, if for any reason you don't remember how it goes on, the order that you put it on or you put it away can definitely assist you with putting it back together. This one's not too complicated. In fact, it's pretty easy. But, it can be sometimes with other machines. That's not even close. With other machines, it can be a little complicated sometimes. Hondas are a good example of that. Old Hondas are a good example of that. Newer Hondas aren't too bad, actually. But once you start getting to like those square engines, it's never a fun time. Yet again, this is why you have the plug out. The engine started to turn over. I was doing that because I wasn't doing it fast enough. These are 10 millimeters. Should be 2, I think. I don't think this has a third one. No, it does not. Okay. So now we have our problem child here. What we need to do is we need to take this off so we can get it on. This one, I believe we just have to take off entirely. This one, however, we can go ahead and just loosen. We just need to move the plate back. This holds it in place, and then we could put it on. If you spin this, if you try to take it off, it's just going to spin. So we need to get a wrench and get a bite on it from the other side. There we go. Not with that bit, we're not. We might have to remove the whole thing. I really don't remember, to be honest. Actually, I think we did this in reverse. I think we removed the other one. Let's do that. So you could tell I'm not in the mindset to doing this in the winter time. No, that was not cross-threaded. It was just really dirty. Okay, but we do need to loosen this. Even loosening, I tell you. There we go. Well, I guess we just take the whole thing off. Why not? Okay. We have everything we need. Let's test out the new belt here. Oh yeah, that fits pretty well in there actually. I think that belt that was on there was just so worn down that just going down pretty thin, which is kind of a hard part when you like when you have an old belt and you don't know the actual belt number and you decide you're just going to cut it off and measure it. You can measure the length of it. It's really hard to measure the width of it. So I don't really suggest doing that unless that's the only alternative. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see a whole lot here. So what I'm going to do is I need to take off this. There we go. Took everything apart, put the belt behind the eye-door pulley or whatever that would be considered, and here we go. So now I just need to put everything back together like so. As you can tell, it's a little loose right now because it's really nothing there to put tension on it, which is what we want to see. Yet again, it's not cross-threaded. It has at least 3 or 4 threads on there. Just dirty. Now, this one, you don't have to worry about it. You just have to make sure that it's fully seated in the back. I know, funny times, funny times. There we go. Let's see here. Now, we do everything pretty much in reverse. Let's go ahead and let's put this back on. Now, the owner is very happy to get this back. I didn't even realize yard maintenance in January was a thing, but it seems like for whatever reason this year, either everyone is super on top of it, what is in my way here, or everyone decided, you know what, I'm just gonna get ahead of this curve. Because I got 2 more yesterday. I don't think I'll film those though. Those are just maintenance. There we go. And I'm going to sharpen this blade while I have it off. And plug is connected. Let's turn the choke on. See what happens. I thought that was a choke on. Maybe it's not. Don't know. I think that is. Yeah. It's still on there. That is very peculiar. Air filter seems clean. Do like half. I got something. It's very weird. Let's try that. It is really cold outside. I'm gonna give this a diagnosis real quick. Not 100% sure, but let's give this a try again. Oh, we are so close. Try this. I think that's where we want to be. Oh, okay, there you have it. Put this back on there. Let's try this again. He'd say it was leaking fuel not that long ago, so that could be part of the problem. The carb might need a little work. Or not. I think it might be a good idea to look into it anyway. That's a different time, a whole different video at least. I'll probably do it right now. But other than that, like I said, if you're having this problem, it's usually a belt problem, and it's pretty easy to fix. You just have to take off the two little bolts and the whole mechanism and cover and everything, and put it back on same way it came off. So hopefully this helped you out. Other options could be one of those might be broken, that little tensioner setup they have going on there. I have had one or two that were broken, so you have to replace it. It's not too bad, you just take it all off and put a new one on, obviously, but it's not generally, isn't it? This belt just is prone for this problem, so keep that in mind. So if you're having this issue, I'd probably buy a few extra belts if I were you, because you probably will be needing them in the near future if you use this at all professionally, or if you have any type of larger lawn and use it just for yourself. So keep that handy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe, definitely put a thumbs up if it helped you out. I'll see you later, and follow me on Instagram at smallengine101. Have a good night.